It's when you're like this and everything is kind of touching already.
Oh yeah, you're like, I want to reach my toes, but my belly's in the way. All right, we'll get started. Just one person online. Our lovely Pauline. We miss you, Pauline. We miss you. See you soon. Okay, so where did Sharon go? Okay, we'll let her get back. So just a little bit of things to think about. We have 2 charity classes this month. One for Soya, Saving Our Youth from Prescription Drugs. That is Sunday at 1. That's a donation class. And then Tuesday, the 26th, Pilates, beginner Pilates at 5:30 at night. That one is for Grocer for Good. Yes, so that one's Tuesday nights. If you want to come to those, you can drop in. You don't have to sign up for those. If you're able to drop in, there'll be somebody here. Okay, let's get started. We're starting up at the tops of our mats. We have some space between our feet, or maybe we're down here on our chair or seated. We'll make our way into our mountain pose and breathe. Let go of your morning, bringing our awareness within. Next Wednesday, we have our chakra healing. Whoa, at the end of class. Thank you, Susan. That one was loud. You probably heard that all the way at your house, Pauline. And lunch next Wednesday too. All right, let's just lift up one heel, breathe in, breathe out, place that heel back down. Other side, breathe in, spread our toes wide if possible. Exhale, bring that heel back down. Side to side, shifting our weight, warming up our ankle. Take your time. We'll anchor down now into both of our feet. Close our eyes. Breathe in, sweep our arms up to the sky. And breathing out, bringing the hands back towards the earth. All on your own. Close the eyes or keep them open. Allowing your body to find your breath today. Breathe in. Notice the pause and how that exhale just naturally starts. Inhaling rest, exhaling renewal. A softness through our knees and some strength in our core. On our next exhale, we'll draw our hands down to our shoulders. Keep our elbows high. Exhale, draw the elbows together, tuck the chin. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, touching those elbows or not. They might not come together and that's okay. Just bringing them close enough together that you can feel a stretch between the shoulder blades at the back, in the base of your neck. If you do choose to tuck your chin towards your chest. Last one of those. We're bringing our hands back down to our sides. Inhale, lifting up our heels, reaching our hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. So if it feels unsteady, we can turn our toes out just a little bit. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring down. And our modifications for this, lift one heel and then the other. So if you're looking after your balance today, just doing one and the other, or no heels at all, just the arms. Great work. We'll bring it down so that our feet come back down to the mat. We'll turn our toes back towards the long edge and hinge down into our airplane. Exhale, inhale, lift up. Exhale, reaching our head forward. Still pressing into our full foot, into the pads of our feet, our heels, our big toes, our pinkies. If we're healing our shoulders this morning, keeping our hands at our heart, or our hands at our hips. And we'll still feel the benefits of the stretch down the backs of our legs. Imagine you're gazing over the edge of a cliff and then pressing back up. Not a high one, a really small cliff. So maybe just a little curb, the curb. You're gazing over the curb of Last one, we'll turn that right into a full forward fold. Exhale, head relaxes. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhaling, diving forward. Inhale, that reverse dive up as we try to hinge at our hips. Keep a small bend in our knees. If it feels good for your back, you can add a small back bend at the top. Being mindful in our warm-ups, or if you're warming up at home, to try to move our spine in all directions as part of our warm-up. Let's bring it all the way up. Grab our right hand, tip over to our left. Feel the stretch as we bend our spine. Lengthen again. Feel the traction in our wrist as we press into our left foot and extend our left hand up. And a little tip over to your right. We'll bring it back up. Bring our fingertips to our temples. A little bit of tension between our shoulder blades, like you're holding a toonie between your shoulder blades or a donut of some kind. Lift our right heel and twist towards the right side of the room. Come back to center, and then the heel goes down. Lift, twist the other way, come around and down. So as we move through this, think and bring the awareness to that core. It contracts, activates the twists, brings you back, and then it kind of relaxes as you go down into mountain. Use your core to do your twist today. So no momentum with the arms, the muscles of our core working. If you want to, you can lift your whole knee up. Standing abs, so we slowly lift. And we want to place the foot down fully planted before we lift the other foot. Good work. Last one of our standing abs. And we'll do a little balance work today, hands to hips. We haven't done this one in a long time. So you guys know what's coming. Right heel to left toes, pressing into both of our feet. We're going to be here for 10 breaths or so with our eyes closed, just setting a baseline. So, and maybe in 3 more weeks or 4 weeks, we try it again, and we count how many times we have to open our eyes or come out of our thing. And hopefully in a few weeks, we're the same. So we can start now. Close your eyes, anchor into both of your feet. And breathe. Breathe, press into our feet. Think about the core. I'm at 75 already. All right, that's about 30 seconds there. Let's try the other side. One side, you know, it seems like, oh, I could stand here forever, but once we take away that sight, we'll settle in, press into the feet. We don't want to lock our knees, keep them a little bit soft, and let's close our eyes. Almost there. Oh, release it down. So I need to do that a lot more moving forward. We're going to add that in our practice for a few more times. We're going to add a twisted chair on today to our flow. Let's bring our feet a little bit closer together. They don't have to be touching if it doesn't feel good. Reach up, breathe in. Breathing out, bending our knees, bringing our left hand to our right knee, our right hand to our lower back. We'll reach back up, breathe in, and twist over to the other side. So some options you can add as you flow through this, twisting to each side. You can bring the elbows together, bring the elbow to the opposite knee. You can add a small back bend at the top if you want to. You can close your eyes. You can open your wings up. Wherever you are, just breathe. Not only are we adding some twists in today, we're holding our poses a little longer, focusing on a theme of self-discipline. Breathing through the discomfort of those few extra breaths today. And knowing that we'll survive. Last one, bring it all the way up, a little back bend. Bend our knees, cat and cow. Exhaling cat, inhaling cow. If you'd like to come down to all fours, you can go down onto all fours and do your cat and cow. We have about 15 rounds of cat and cow. It can also be done crisscross or on your chair. Move with your breath, moving your spine, one part at a time. Opening our chest, shining our heart, and then feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. Last cat, last cow. Rising all the way back up. We'll draw the hands towards our heart center, stepping our left foot back, turning to our moonflowers. So turning towards the window, we have a lot of space, a fair amount of space between our knees. And the reason we do that is if our feet are a little bit too close together, it's a little bit harder to sit back. So exhale, come down, inhale, go up. If we're healing our knees, then we don't want to go down too far. It's a small bend. If you're feeling okay with that, deepening our bend, or bringing our elbows to our thighs, or sliding them down towards our back pocket. Great job. We can turn that into our sunflower, reaching towards the mat. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, reach down. Finding your breath in your body. Making space in your day today to stay in the moment. And appreciate the breath flowing in and flowing out. Got one or two more of these flows. And we'll be meeting in goddess pose, a bend in our knees, and then we'll bring our hands to our knees. You don't have to go down too far. The hips are back. We're taking our left shoulder towards the right side of your mat, pressing into the knee and pressing the knee back into the hand. Noticing discomfort, not pain. That little bit of edge, breathing through it. We'll straighten out our legs and do the other side. So 10 breaths on this side, press into the knee presses back. Listening to your body and letting go of any expectations on it today. All right, we'll come up, tick-tock our feet together, face them back towards the top edge of our mat. Time for our bear flow. Big breath up. Grab a drink if you want to. Hands come together. We'll tip over. Reach up. Tip over. Reach. A little back bend. We're moving our spine in all of these directions. Exhale, fold. Bend our right knee. Reach our left arm up. A little twist. Back to fold. Bend the left knee. Reach the right arm up. Or fold. Do whatever feels good. Bend our knees. Belly comes to thighs. Reaching our arms long. Bear pose, massaging our bellies. Opening our arms into albatross. An extra breath. And forward fold, breathing out. Halfway lift, breathing in. Fold, breathe out. We'll be coming into chair pose. Bend the knees, lift the hands or the heart. An extra breath. Inhale up. Exhale to mountain. And we'll go slowly again through our bear flow. Inhale, reach, hands clasp. Exhale, tip over to your left. Lengthen again. Anchor to the feet, over to the other side. Breathe in. You have a little back bend. Breathe in and lengthen again. Exhale, fold. Bending our left knee, right arm reaches up. Back to fold. Other side. Great modification is to add a chair or a block. Back to fold and then bear pose. Bend the knees. Hands either at your heart or you could hold your block forward. Opening up into albatross. Chair pose, let's breathe in. Lots of work for our legs. Exhale, stand up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tip to your right. Inhale and tip over to the left. Inhale and then tip back, exhale. And a big, beautiful fold, exhaling. Bending our right knee, left arm sweeps up. Maybe you have a block under your right hand. Folding, switching to the other side. Folding, bear pose. Choose what feels best for you and your body. Opening up into albatross. This time folding. Let the legs have a little break. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Breathe in. Great job. Hands come by our sides. All right, and they go straight back up and we're interlocking our thumbs. A little bit different than what we normally do. At the top, we're pulling our arms while trying to just pull apart. So we're strengthening the outsides of our traps here. So you should feel this on the outsides of your arms. As we strengthen, just using our own bodies, you don't need anything at all. Breathe. Always thinking as well of the core, the pelvic floor. And release. That should feel really good. Let's draw that right arm across the body, stretch our shoulder, look down our right shoulder. All right, let's bring our chin to the front, take the hand up, place the hand palm between our shoulder blades or somewhere towards the back of our body. Breathe. Stretching our tricep. Open up. Almost done our warm up. It should be nice and warm. Left arm across. We look down our left elbow. If you're taking care of this elbow, just tuck your hand on your shoulder. Unravel. Open up our wings. And bring our hands to our heart. Okay, let's move on to our strength portion of our class, our standing balance and strength. So if you'd like a drink or if you need anything, the twists. And yeah, so if you wanted to use a chair, of course, if you're at home, that becomes part of your practice on your right side. Would you care for the fan, Karen?
Sure.
Yeah. I love the fan. Perfect tonight. Okay, right foot coming to the top of our mat. If you're using your chair, it'll be on most likely on the right side of your body. Left foot back into a lunge. So it doesn't have to be a high lunge. If it doesn't feel steady with your heel on the mat, off the mat, put the heel down. That'll give you more balance. But if you're okay with the balance today, lift the heel and we come down into a lunge. Or you can have your chair underneath your booty. All right, we're working with a little bit of discomfort today, an extra breath or two in each pose. Hands can come to heart or they can stay up. We're adding a twist. So before we do that, let's engage the belly. The belly button faces the front of the room and we twist above it. Left hand towards the right knee and our right hand in our lower back. You can look back over your back shoulder. Remember, we're never stuck in any pose. You can come out anytime it doesn't feel good for you. We're just finding that edge today. Breathe. Finding a place even to focus our gaze. Let's unravel, take that left heel down, opening up into warrior two. We're facing the windows, right knee bent, or you could do the other knee. Yeah, you can do however you want to do it. Close our eyes, soften through our shoulders. Feel the air on any of our outstretched or pardon me, our exposed skin, and check in with the breath. Letting go of any competition today, any expectation on your body. All right, let's straighten out that right leg, move into triangle, opening up our arms. So you could have a pretty short stance if you want to have a short stance too. And we'll move into triangle or stay up. So if we're taking care of, if you're dizzy, stay up. If not, we hinge down, right hand towards right calf or right shin in our triangle. Breathe, lengthening through our spine. Staying here an extra breath or two today. If you're taking care of that shoulder, if it just doesn't feel good, to hold your arm up, tuck it back behind you. And still open up across the chest. We're staying here for another few breaths or revolving your triangle. Top hand comes down to where your bottom hand is. And then that bottom hand goes onto your lower back. And we add a little twist. So if we feel as if that back leg is taking most of the weight, making sure to transfer some of our weight to our front foot as well. We'll unravel back up into our regular triangle and step to forward fold. So just stepping up to the top of our mat, either holding onto our chair or resting our head in our fold. A big bend in our knees today. Let's take a really big bend. Let the head hang and dangle. Amazing chair pose. Breathe in. We come up into our chair. Lifting our hearts, relaxing our shoulders. Let's take the weight back into the heels of the foot. You can wiggle your toes just to see if the weight is back there. 3 more breaths. I breathe slow. Let's come up, take a little back bend, and into our regular mountain. We'll do those 3 poses that we did on the other side. So if you're using your chair, it's on the other side, left foot to the top of our mat, the right foot steps back, and we're in a lunge where we bend our knee, whichever foot we didn't do. You can have your heel down if that feels more steady, or it's lifted, arms up or at heart, or one on our chair. So we check in with that weight. We're still pressing into both of our feet. Our knee safely, they're behind our heel or right on top of it. Checking in with that it doesn't go to the in or the out. And now we add our twist on. Right hand to the outside of that knee. And we can gaze down our back elbow or shoulder, or you can draw the right elbow across to your knee, stack the palms, or sit on our chair. A little longer than normal. One of our quotes today, consistency comes from experience, which I think is a great quote for this group. We have experience and we're consistent. We'll bring it up. Left cheek feeling good. Drop the right heel, open up. Relaxing our shoulders down. We meet in our warrior 2 with our front knee bending, softening through the shoulders, or keeping those hands at our heart. Pressing into both of our feet. Feeling the strength of your core. A modification for your shoulders, if they're feeling pain, turn the palms up or bring them to your hips. Straightening our left leg up, open up our palms like we want to give a great big hug to someone. Bring the left hand forward and hinge down to triangle pose. Our top hand can be up to the sky. The palm of that top hand facing this long wall. So our chest is open. Or tucking that hand back behind you. And if anybody wants to revolve your triangle, you can, bringing the top hand down where the bottom one is, and then reaching that other arm up or tucking it back behind your back. Digestion, wringing out things we don't need today. Maybe those are even thoughts or beliefs that no longer serve us in a good way. Bring our chin around, our chest around. Forward fold, breathe out. Great job. Flowing through halfway lift, we'll come halfway up and fold. A few more of those, lengthening through the spine and folding. Chair pose, take your time getting into that chair pose, lifting up our hearts. Softening our jaws today. If it feels good, this time we'll lift our heels. If that doesn't feel good, down on our chair, heels lifted. Or you can flow between one heel and the other. If you've got them both up, take them down. Sweep up, breathe in, and bring our hands to heart. Let's do a sun breath to warm up again. Breathe in, sweep to sky. Exhale, dive to the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair, breathe in. Breathe out, mountain pose, rise up. All right, hands come back behind us. Let's open across the heart. We're keeping up in our chest expansion today, or bringing ourselves into your reverse prayer. If you're working on that with me, I'm adding that in, or hands down. If we tick-tock our feet together in this pose, we can make it a little bit more about balance when we close our eyes. Good job. All right, release those hands, sweep it up to the sky. Let's do a few more twists. We'll do tree and eagle pose. So tree I know isn't twisty, but eagle is a little bit. We'll start with the weight on our left foot. So our chair can be wherever you want it to be, most likely on your left side. And we'll draw the heel towards the body. And we check in with how our tree is on this side. There's a softness in our knee. Maybe we're using our block for our toe, and then arms rising up or staying one on the chair. They could reach long into our volcano arms, or they could come together. So there's plenty of options. Could go into cactus arms. You could clasp your thumbs together and do our little shoulder trap work. Lots going on in tree pose. Strong, steady, like a tree, but still bendable, still flexible. Couple extra breaths for our tree. Let's slide those hands to our heart and bring the right knee around and tap the toe on the opposite side of our foot. Bend the left knee. Here we go into our eagle pose. Left elbow comes under the right. Or you can give yourself a hug, right? You need 8 hugs a day, I'd say. Or you can come into eagle arms. Or is it 8 seconds for a hug? I can't remember. Let's do 8 hugs per day, 8 seconds each. Our inner thighs are working. Our pelvic floor is strong. We feel the core connecting around our spine from all sides. Open up. Take a breath in. And we'll do those balance poses on the other side. So if you have your chair, you'll want to move that to the other side. If you're using your block as a way to work your foot up towards your leg, it's on that left side. All right, we'll take it out, soften our right knee. So we open up our hip and find a place to put our foot. It could still stay on the mat. And then, like I said, if you're working towards bringing it up on your leg somewhere, you can do that with a block at any height. And choose your arms. They can be up or down, out for balance, one on the chair. You can bring it across to your shoulder or use the amazing walls. We're here a few more breaths than usual. Lifting our torso up and away from our lower body. Bring it around, all the way around to the outside of that foot. And again, you could transfer that block over there if your foot doesn't quite come down onto the mat. Bending our right knee. Right elbow comes here. We slide that left one underneath. Either our hug or eagle arms. We sink down and we're stretching and strengthening that your right leg. Another breath. And release. Big, beautiful breath up. Exhale, dive into your fold. We'll make our way down onto the mat. Halfway up, fold again, right to a seated position. So grab yourself a drink if you want to. Maybe a block still nearby. We're down. We're not getting back up until it's time to go home. Okay. Let's do a few more twists today. First off, boat. Before our core gets too fatigued, we'll do our boat first. Bring our knees up. Walk the feet out a little bit. You've got a block. If you want to use your block today, you can have it in your hands and pressing into your block, and that'll activate your chest muscles as you're trying to squish your block. Strengthening our inner shoulders. You can stay there or lean back. Breathe. Choose where you want to have your feet. They do not have to be up off the mat. You can bring them up if you want to. Or straighten out your legs. You want to bring your toes towards the height of your gaze. Maybe just one. Those hip flexors, working hard. An extra 3 breaths. Here we go. All right, let's straighten out our legs. If we have our block, trying to put our block somewhere in front of our toes or off to the side or on our shins, anywhere they want to go. You can let that block go in a forward fold as we let our core now rest. Reaching our chest towards our thighs or towards our knees, a lengthening feeling. You can massage your belly on your legs. Let's bring our hands down to the sides of our bodies somewhere or on the sides of our legs. And if it feels okay for your neck, let your head drop down. If that doesn't feel good, keep the gaze between the heels or the calves, lengthening our neck. Walk the hands up. Time for a twist. Let's do cradle the baby first. Bend our right knee, take the right knee out to the side. You can put a block there or grab your flexed foot. So that means a nice strong foot into the hand. Other hand around our knee or elbow comes around our knee or the elbow goes around our foot. So that's our baby, cradle the baby. Can be here, we can rock. And then a modification, that leg is just out to the side and we still feel a stretch. Check in with our sit bones now, anchoring down into both, lifting up through the crown of the head. Let's place that leg back down on the mat. If you're healing your knee or taking care of it, slide a block underneath so your knee ligaments aren't just hanging out here on the side. You support them. And we'll look towards that front toe and a single leg forward fold. If it feels good for you today, we'll have our hands go over to the left side of our leg. So a little more of a stretch down the right side of our body. Our right hip relaxing. Wonderful. Let's walk the hands up. Place our right foot on our left knee. We're moving to like a seated figure 4. We'll hold on to the back of this leg, draw the foot in. I know it's hard on the mats, they're sticky. You can stay there or push your backside closer to your heel. So there's a couple options. You can kind of scoot forward this way, chest up, or walk your foot closer. So we're just trying to feel a stretch here in our right hip. And that can be from even down here, you'll feel that stretch. We're going to do this laying down after too as well. For right now, we're doing this twist. Okay, so our left heel now is going towards our right cheek and our right foot going down. Here's your modification. Straighten out that bottom leg. If it feels uncomfortable, then we've got to straighten out that leg. So our left leg is forward, and now we're doing our twist. Either with the right foot over and across, tucked in, or not. Our left hand will give our right knee a nice big hug, or just the hand onto the outside of those knee ligaments. We lengthen through our spine. Feeling long through our necks. And if it feels good and the neck is healthy, we'll look back over our back shoulder. Can't get much more twisted than this. So let's unravel and do the other side. So cradle the baby on the other side. Our right leg is long. Can adjust so that we feel a nice connection. And we can start with just the leg out to the side, or our hands on our foot and our knee, or into our elbows. We try to keep the shoulder blades together towards each other at the back, strong posture. You can rock your baby. Relaxing our jaws, our eyes. And then moving on to our forward fold with one leg. The left foot comes into the inner thigh. If you're using your block, you'll slide that around. It can be right underneath your hip or underneath your knee. Really just depends to give it some support. Turn our right toes up and hinge towards our right thigh. And if you'd like to today, we'll bring the hands over to that right side of our mats. Letting gravity bring us a little closer, or even just the feeling of breathing, not forcing the pose. Using this opportunity to converse with yourself, with your breath, with your body. Amazing job, my friends. Let's walk those hands up. Time for our figure four on the other side. So foot goes across. We bend. I mean, if you wanted to, you could bend and then bring your foot across if it doesn't feel nice to be in that direction. Our right or left foot is strong. You can either scoot your backside towards your heel, press into the mat, or walk your heel closer to your body. We just want to feel the pose in our left hip. Reaching our chest towards our left calf. This is a nice pose for a lower back pain. All right, we'll add our twist on now. We walk that right heel towards our left cheek and our left foot down on the mat. It's okay if this side of your body lifts up a little bit. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, you're not alone. Straighten out your right leg instead. And just bring your left foot across. And we have our twist of the right hand reaching around our left knee, or more of an open twist. If you'd prefer, you can move into an open twist. We should probably do that more often. We often are closed. Maybe we'll do some open twists next week. Get down to Shavasana. Let's unravel ourselves. Make sure you have some space back there to roll back. Draw your knees to your chest. Or just take this time to roll out your lower back. We've already done a lot of twisting today, so we won't have to do another twist to end our practice. We'll just go into, or we will be going into legs up a wall, either knees bent or legs reaching up for the sky. If you do have your block nearby, you could, oh, you're so fast, Bernie. You could put your block underneath your lower back and elevate yourself, or your bolster if you have a bolster nearby. We don't have to have our legs straight if it's not restful. And whenever it feels nice for you today, you can stay in your legs up a wall or move into Shavasana, add in another pose that maybe you're working on or something that feels good in the moment. And we'll be heading into our Shavasana. We have a good amount of time, about 10 minutes left. If Shavasana is not your jam, if you're at home or on YouTube, you can just turn me off. I'm going to read to you a little bit today, as it's something I am working on. One of the parts of yoga, it's not just the asana, the postures, that's just one very small part of yoga. Yoga is a whole kind of lifestyle, and there's many different ways you can practice yoga, not only with the movements. And one of those, it's called tapas. It's not appetizers and stuff like that. It's self-discipline. And to be honest, it's something I struggle with, self-discipline. So in a yoga class, the way we can find this tapas, we may find our edge, and we practice that a bit today. Feeling the heat of the effort and breathing into it. Physically, we increase our strength or our flexibility when we move just beyond our comfort zone, not into pain zone. This heat or effort is tapas and is where transformation happens. Tapas is the practice of being okay with discomfort and not running away. Life brings us both pleasurable and painful experiences. If we acknowledge and accept this reality, we can live with more freedom and courage. In our own lives, facing both big and small challenges over time. But looking back, we can often see that our biggest challenges shaped us and revealed our most brilliant attributes. Tapas loosens the hold of whatever the mind thinks we can't quit or that we must have, exposing our inner power. It may even be possible to see the struggles and challenges that arise as opportunity for personal growth. Trying to do the right thing may look easy, but it's not. Sometimes it burns. And when we practice tapas, perhaps by holding postures an extra 3 breaths or abstaining from alcohol, the purpose is not to pointlessly add more pain to our lives. Instead, tapas aims to purify and empower us to discover and know our real strength and potential. It gives us the courage to continue to grow and not to get too stuck in our ways. Rediscovering our true selves. Enjoying the next few moments, feeling your connection to your breath. If we have our legs up, we can bend our knees or I'll take the chair. We can bend our knees and move our legs side to side. Awakening our hands and our ankles, our feet, our wrists, our fingers, little small joints in our neck. And when you're ready, you can roll on over onto an easy, the side of your body, and then up into an easy seat. No rush. Connect with the breath again. If that mind starts to wander away from your practice or your body, or relax our shoulders down. Take a big breath in, feeling rested. Breathing out renewal. Just like the earth, getting a nice big renewal this spring. Breathe in, reach up one more time. Thanks for sticking with our self-discipline and our practice today. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see some of you next week. Most of you next week. We've got our Reiki, our chakra. What chakra are we doing? Crown chakra. Ooh, lots of lengthening next week. And lunch after, if you want to come downstairs to the buffet, we all get the seniors discount, even me. Yeah. Oh, lucky me. I get the seniors discount too. Hanging out with me. Exactly. Bye, Pauline. See you next week.